video. As you can see, I spoke about this stock. Um, that pre-market, I traded it, made like 50 something dollars, 50 something, and that was it. I think I said in the last video 50 something cent, 50 cent, when I meant to say $50. Forgive me for my dyslexia. I struggle with it. Don't realize when I'm making a mistake sometimes. So I was like, all right, I'm done trading it. Didn't want to keep trading this, and I just got out. I'm like, it's a bad strategy. I'm buying damn near a high day or highest point of this trend, and then I'm selling. And I'm just like, this was a bad strategy. But I'm learning, and I'm not going full size. But KITTA, I forgot to mention that in my other video. I made a major mistake and broke all my rules. Um, KITTA, I went, in order for me not to lose in this trade, um, I think I went full size. It was one of these trades. I went full size because I was taking such a big loss. This was yesterday. So yeah, I went full size 25K just so I wouldn't take a loss because I was down $500, which was 10% of not my account, but basically what I allowed myself to trade in. And I ended up even down some more, and I lost. Can't remember. I think I lost my whole $1,000 that I was up, and I'm getting so many stocks mixed up. I can't even understand the difference. I just sized too big in one of these stocks, and I ended up taking a loss. Um, DGLY. It could have been this stock. I'm not sure. Um, nah, it wasn't this one. But today I traded this one. That last stock I ended up putting $25,000 in it and took a. I ended up profiting, but like that was poor discipline. Same thing with this trade. This morning I longed it, and I think I longed it multiple times. It was moving like a low flow. I don't remember what I saw in the SEC filings, but overall a high, overall high across the board. Not something, but it needed cash. I was desperate. They were desperate. Poor strategy. Um, I thought it would keep spiking here. I longed it, then I added, and then I added. Poor strategy. That just seen that it just kept going down, down, down. I was like, fuck it, get the fuck out. I think I lost $1,000 on this trade. It's not telling me, but I lost $1,000 on this trade. Um, and I was so upset with myself this morning because I'm like, fuck, man, I'm just underperforming. And I was back down to where I started again. For my initial start point of 27K in my account. And I was just frustrated with myself, and I was just like, bro, at this point, I'm never going to succeed. Giving myself the whole talk, beating myself up. Um, but I had to like keep a positive head and keep looking for opportunities to improve. And then this stock happened. Um, uh, I kept looking for other opportunities. I'm like, I can't let this trade or that past trade be. And I actually need to go talk about more about this stock before I even go on to this one. Um, No, don't auto log off. I hate when it does that. No, I gotta change that. How do I change this shit? How do I get it to stop doing that? I don't know. Just put it back at this time. But uh so yeah, I had it on 15 minutes, so you can't see exactly everything that I was doing, which is bad. But I longed it here because I saw that it was moving like a low float, and looking at the SEC filings, I don't even think I did, but it had 8 million float. I don't think I even looked at the SEC filing. I just longed it. Um, I got in shares here, pulled back, spiked back up, pushed back up, and I'm like, it might just spike. I don't know. And then it started fading, fading, fading. Um, and then I was supposed to cut here if it didn't work out at this range right here of $29.50. Where you see this white line here, that's where I was supposed to cut. It ended up pulling back further past this line right here, as you can see, and I didn't cut, and then it just picked itself right back up, and I was like, all right, good. Is it gonna keep pushing now? Like, sometimes you do a fake breakdown, and it spike back up. I thought that's what it was gonna do, and then it just wasn't working out. Eventually, it dumped here, and instead of cutting right here or here, um, I added. Don't know why I did that. I can't even remember why. I wanted the stock to work my way. Added here when it looked like it was holding some kind of support. Then it came back down some more. And I was just like, what the fuck? And even right now, at this point, I don't know why I added here. I just was, like I said, I was forcing stocks to go my way. That's the state of mind I was in this morning. And then when I just seen it just keep fading, 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 at the same time as I'm trying to sell here, I have my multi chart here, um, and I was on my old, I was on my old layout, and I need to update it, but I need to add some stuff. But I was on my old layout. I was trading two stocks at once, and I told myself not to do that because I'm not paper trading. I'm not that good yet. I got to get better. Um, but it kept fading, 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 and it went even lower. And then while I'm trying to get out of this, um, I'm looking at LIPO, and I'm not even out of DGLY, but my main focus was getting in an LIPO because LIPO was moving like a low flow. So after I got into LIPO, that's when I got out of DGLY and I took a bigger loss, a total of 1,000 and some change, under $1,100. And I was just like, what the fuck? I was really upset with myself, but this was providing me an opportunity. Um, uh, it perked up, but it was moving really like a low float. And I was like, let me see the SEC filings first, or go on to dilution tracker and see. And I was like, overall high risk, high overhead supply, high historical outstanding, medium offer, and a need cash in a medium way. But it was a 1.78 million float. So I was like, shit, this is moving and it's moving nicely. Either I get in it or I take my L and just be done for $1,000. And I just said, fuck it, and I got in. And I got in with like 5 grand. I'm telling you, I know. I just like I can't. I've struggled to follow my rules, and I gotta get it right. Got in at 5 grand. Got in here 5 grand. Then got in here 5 grand. So overall, I was like $16,000 in total, and it just started perking up. And somewhere around here, I was up like $1,000. I was break even for the day, and my greedy mind said, no, I should go for more. Just be patient. It's a low flow. Be patient on these trades. And I'm not wrong for thinking that. If it's a low flow, you should be patient because they can ride, but it also can crash. But like you said, like I said in the SEC filings, dilution tracker, they have they've done all their research, so they have a high overall risk, a high overhead supply. So they have shares to dump. I mean, I can go here and look like they're burning 99. They're burning about $1 million per quarter. They only got 2 million left. It's a high overall, historical high, fully diluted. Um, they got little to no money left. They got a offering or warrants at 11.20, $11.20. Now as I scroll down, this is already active. This is registered. They have some warrants, some convertible shares at 2.61 cent. I don't know the difference between convertible shares, warrants, and all that, but all I know is ATMs, which is at the market. So this is already active, ready to dump. This is a shelf, so they can dump these at any price. And it tells you overall where they have completed their dumps. So you can look at all of these and see, but I knew they were ready to dump right here at $2.61. So I didn't want to stay in too long, but I wanted to stay in long enough to where I can make a profit and more. But that's not the proper state of mind. You can't tell the stock, hey, I want to make X amount of money. You can't do that. I mean, you can do the math to do that, but you never know how hard the stock is going to go. So I $15,000 here. Right here, I was up like I think 1,000 and some change, but I was like, man, I know if I let it ride, it's gonna go. So I instead of selling here at the spike, breaking the high day or high pre-market, I let it ride some more, pulled back, it came down. I was like, fuck. I was like break even again, but I was like, and it lost a little bit, but I was like, this might keep pushing, so just be patient. And I should have added here instead of saying, "oh fuck" and being negative. I'm continuing training my mind to think that in an uncomfortable. And Wolf says this all the time, and I've learned this before. Wolf said this. When you're uncomfortable in a trade where it doesn't look like the most convenient spot to get in, that's when you need to get in, because you buy when the masses are selling, you sell when the masses are buying. Um, and right here, the masses were selling. That's when I needed to buy. Sell, and I did it good here. I sold when the masses were buying, but I was selling. I sold when the masses were buying, but I should have bought when the masses were selling. Um, so I ended up waiting for it to give me more confirmation, and then I bought it higher, and I could have bought it lower. But then it started perking up, and it broke this high, and it broke. I think it came right back down or something, but it just kept uptrending. And I wanted to see if it would go even higher than, what was it, 433. I wanted to see if it would push past the 450s. I like to see that, but it's not good to let your stock get to certain resistance points. Either hold all or $0.50. Psychological resistance points, is best to sell before those. I've noticed a lot of good traders sell before the resistance points, the psychological resistance points, the actual charted resistance points. I have to train my mind to get better into that. But I waited for that point and I sold after it broke it. It broke it by 4 cents in this candlestick. Why wait for an extra 4 cents? Just take the fucking 433. Just take it. But I wanted more money too. I was being greedy, and I made 27K on this trade. I mean 2,700 on this trade. So I lost 1,000 on DGLY, but I made 2,700. So total, I'm up 1,700 for that day, and I was so sleep deprived. I did not sleep all day yesterday. Um, so I was like burnt out, and I'm coming to this, and I'm just like, you know what, boom, let me just be done for the day. So I said, you know what, I know this stock is gonna keep going up. I know it's gonna give me massive opportunity, but I'm done for the day. I need my sleep because I'm mentally burnt out. So after I sold, if I just let it ride, I would have made way more. I probably would have made, what was my average? Like in the twos? What? Let me see here. It was in the what? Probably the low twos, high twos. Um, I told myself this is a low float, let it ride. But I didn't because I don't know. I'm learning how I love when I recognize low floats because I can see it. You can see it on the you can see it on the chart. You can see it on the level twos. You can see it in the SEC filings, dilution tracker. Um, I told myself let it ride, but because I was so emotionally influenced and money influenced that I didn't let it ride. So yeah, I pulled back right here, but I gotta learn to just let it ride. These are the home runs you wait for. You can't go for home runs on every single stop. But when you see a low flow, that's when you be like, all right, let me try to go for a home run. And you're gonna learn when to go for home runs and when not to. This was one of those cases, and if I had, if I can learn to gauge, if I can improve on discipline and psychology and cutting losses and not getting emotional, then I can start improving uh, on getting the home runs and taking singles. This is one of these home runs. All those other stocks were single stocks. Stocks is just take a single and be done. Hit your first target goal and then get out. But this one was a a home run. I knew it was, and I did not follow my rules. If I see something under a million or around 2 million float and it's moving like it, there's high chances they're home runs. Now I've seen some really low floats be unsuccessful. Like the other day, I think it was this week or last week, I traded a stock that had 500,000 float, and it dumped. It dumped it. There's not always gonna be a low float that is giving great opportunity, but I think about 90% of the time when you find a low flow, it's gonna run. Um, so let it ride. I mean, where do we let it ride? It hit target goal one, high day, and then you just keep letting it ride. I mean, this is hard because it's hard to explain on this one because each new high is a pre-market high. So there's target goal is the open of VWAP, the open uh, high day pre-market highs. Um, there's like 3, 4 of them, but most of the time the open and high day is damn near right next to each other. But in this case, it's a pre-market, so there is no open. Um, there is no high day, and pre-market highs is every new high. So it's like, how do you gauge which one to go off of? You can do it based off of, like, you can try to use the yearly chart, but when I looked here, um, I remember looking at the yearly chart. It had all these different, so I know it's a one and done. Um, the only thing that's really significant is this 23 million volume highest point $12. That's the only one that's significant. Um, this was his resistance point right here at this high point right here. So um, I'm gonna get better at it. I'm not explaining it well neither, but I'm gonna get better at it. Um, I think this was a great trade, great opportunity. But if I can improve on my discipline, um, if I can improve on my discipline, then um, opportunities like this can be well gained. Because I'm like, if I let this ride, I would have made my I would have doubled my account. So I use, I think, 15K here. Um, I got in around 6 o'clock. If I just patiently waited, got the six around here. If I waited 30 minutes, I would have made double my money in 30 minutes. But because I lack the discipline, I lack the psychology, I can't even focus on singles and home runs. So that's it for today. I know I've talked a lot in these videos, but these videos are for me to improve on. But I just post them, so if someone wants to listen to it, they can. I'm heavy-winded, so I talk a lot, so I'm okay with that. But it's just for me to look back later on and improve. Not necessarily for you, but if you wanna see my process and what I'm going through, you can learn from me. But this is for me to review only, or mainly. 99, 99% of this video is for me. Because I don't have nowhere to store my videos, and why not post it? Hopefully somebody can learn from it. Um, but overall, I'm up 29.7. That's where my account is. So I know I shouldn't be showing the amount, but this is for me, and not too many people watch it. So by the time somebody actually do watch it, this account's gonna be depleted. Um, I'm gonna take the money out, but I'm up 2,762. I'm 2,762. So good trade, good improvement. Got to keep practicing. Got to keep improving. Now that I'm 2,700 away from where I initially started, and I'm $4,762 away from being under PDT, I can calm down a little bit. But I just gotta get discipline. I bought a book here about discipline. Um, I might read it tonight. I didn't read it today, but I might read it tonight or go to sleep. But gotta get disciplined, man. In order for me to succeed, I have to get disciplined. Because if I don't, a man has to be disciplined. Everything that a man has is his discipline. You know, um, if you don't have the discipline, you're just gonna suffer in life. So, um, yeah, that's it.